Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. Warriors fans loved the re-signing of De'Anthony Melton, but unfortunately he will be unable to play at the start of the season due to a serious injury. Golden State Warriors guard De'Anthony Melton will miss the start of the 2025-26 regular season as he continues to rehab from an ACL tear he suffered last November. The team said on Wednesday afternoon that Melton will be re-evaluated in 4 weeks. Melton, 27, recently put pen to paper on a new 2-year, $6.5 million contract that contains a player option for year 2, league sources told Clutch Points on Sunday. Coming off his injury, this new contract with Golden State allows Melton to retain his role as a key contributor at the shooting guard position and potentially opt out next offseason to pursue a larger contract with the team. After tearing his ACL after playing just 6 games with the Warriors last season, Melton's $12.8 million salary was utilized by the team in a trade made in December to acquire veteran guard Dennis Schroeder from the Brooklyn Nets. Schroeder was later included in the Warriors' multi-team trade to acquire Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline in February. The organization and Melton had a mutual understanding with one another that he would be traded as a result of his injury, and both sides hoped to come to terms on a new deal this summer. Melton and the Warriors got their wish with his team-friendly contract. As far as when exactly the veteran combo guard will be cleared to resume full basketball activities, General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. claimed on Wednesday that it would be sooner than later. "We don't expect him to be ready for the regular season, but it's not going to be a lengthy absence," Dunleavy told reporters in his training camp press conference. "He's working at it. He'll do his thing and get back. After seeing what he could do for us last season, making sure that he's healthy and ready to go for the latter half of the season as opposed to right out of the gates is the most important thing." Melton also spoke to reporters on Wednesday and made it clear that he held no hard feelings over the team trading him last season. He praised the Warriors' medical staff and is excited to return for the 2025-26 season. The Warriors will provide further updates on Melton's status and recovery from his ACL injury later in the month. Al Horford sensationally shuts down summer speculation after Warriors signing. Al Horford was forced to wait until after Media Day to officially sign his 2-year, $12 million contract with the Golden State Warriors, having been impacted like so many others by the 3-month-long stalemate in Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency. The wait caused significant periods of anxiety and frustration for Warrior fans who knew how important Horford was going to be. There were multiple reports suggesting the veteran center was considering retirement after 18 years in the league, and even suggestions that other teams could come in and steal the 5X All-Star out from underneath Golden State's nose. Al Horford has shut down the retirement talk from this offseason. It turns out the talk of retirement or heading elsewhere was just that. In reality, Horford was clearly set on the Warriors from early in the process, having been linked to a move from the hours before free agency officially began. Speaking to the media on Wednesday for the first time since officially joining the franchise, Horford confirmed that he never ultimately considered retirement and that Golden State was the only place he was going to leave for after becoming a legendary figure at the Boston Celtics. "Like I said earlier, it wasn't an easy decision for me to leave Boston, but if there was the place it was this one and it happened, and I happened to get this opportunity so I jumped at it," Horford said. Al Horford said he never ultimately considered retirement and would have only left Boston for this opportunity with the Warriors. Horford also outlined the opportunity to compete and to win at a high level, something the Celtics couldn't necessarily grant him this season given the devastating torn Achilles injury suffered by Jason Tatum in the playoffs. The opportunity to have a starting role on a veteran team would have also clearly been inviting for Horford, and again not something that would have been on the table at many playoff contending teams. Horford's floor spacing is set to be crucial for Golden State's ability to open up things offensively this season, but as Steve Kerr put it when asked on Wednesday, it's not just any space 5, it's Al Horford. The Warriors will hope the 39-year-old's versatility on both ends of the floor will be one of their biggest game-changers entering this season, while Kerr has also referenced the importance of Horford's leadership and locker room presence following the departure of 3X champion Kevin Looney. Horford joins the franchise with a second-year player option on his contract, allowing him to properly consider retirement next year, move elsewhere, or return to the Warriors if things play out successfully over the next 9 months. Steve Kerr opens up on uncertain future as Warriors coach. Steve Kerr has been at the center of Golden State's dynasty for more than a decade, but the four-time champion coach is entering the final year of his contract without a clear answer on what comes next. But he doesn't seem to mind. "I'm very comfortable just going into this season with a year left on the deal," Kerr told reporters, via NBC Sports Bay Area. "I'm so aligned with GM Mike Dunleavy and owner Joe Lacob. There's no reason for discussion or concern. This is kind of a point in our relationship where it's like, let's just see how it is at the end of the year." Kerr is in the last season of a 2-year, $35 million extension he signed in February 2024. While he admitted he would love to continue leading the franchise beyond this season, he stressed there's no rush to finalize his future. "I love my job," Kerr said. "I love what I'm doing every day. Hopefully I'm here for another few years. Hopefully we run it back and we keep going with this group. But I like the fact that we can just kind of do it how we want to do it." The 59-year-old also downplayed the likelihood of extension talks happening during the season. "I don't anticipate any negotiation during the season," Kerr said. "Who knows, maybe it all comes up at some point, they come to me, whatever. But I'm not the slightest bit concerned about it. I don't think about it." Whenever his run in the Bay does come to an end, Kerr insists it will happen on good terms. "If it's meant to be for me to keep going, then I'm going to keep going," Kerr said. "And if it's meant to be for the team to move on to somebody else, there will be nothing but gratitude and appreciation. So, this makes it easy for everybody. Just, let's see where we are at the end of the year." Steve Kerr reacts to Jonathan Kuminga's $48 million Warriors contract. The Golden State Warriors, after a long summer stalemate, signed forward Jonathan Kuminga to a 2-year, $48 million contract. The second year includes a team option, which, according to Shams Charania, will be declined in order to negotiate a new deal in 2026. It took all summer to get to that point, but Kuminga will start the 2025-26 season in a Warriors uniform, despite being linked in sign-on trades to the Phoenix Suns and Sacramento Kings. Speaking on Wednesday, Steve Kerr was asked about the $48.5 million extension for Kuminga, sharing his candid thoughts on the deal. Kerr shared that he's happy Kuminga was able to land life-changing money, as well as that even though he doesn't have a perfect fit on this team, he still brings value as a scorer, rebounder, and adds defensive activity. Will Kuminga fit still? Last season, a big talking point was how Kuminga fit within the crowded roster between Curry and Butler, and Kerr highlighted that, saying it was an imperfect stylistic fit yet will most likely play Kuminga a decent amount of minutes because of said scoring. While the exact starting lineup has not been confirmed yet and probably won't until opening night, it's a safe bet the big three of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler will occupy 3 of those spots. Since Kuminga doesn't play center, he most likely won't start at the 5, but could start at the 2-guard slot if Brandon Podziemski doesn't start. Kuminga would then theoretically provide a scoring punch off the bench, which is what his role has been the past few seasons. During the Minnesota Timberwolves series, that was seen in full effect, as Kerr could look to build upon that role for Kuminga. It's been confirmed that Kuminga missed the first day of training camp, but will reunite with the team as soon as possible and begin the work required to start the season. How do the other veterans feel about Kuminga? The first thing that Curry said about Kuminga at Media Day was, "When he's here ready to work, we expect him to be locked in on doing what he needs to do to help us win." Kerr wants to see Kuminga do other things than just score because they already know he can. "We're going to run our offense through Steph and Jimmy. With JK, the more he can defend with activity, rebound, run the floor, and then there's a better chance he has to play. You know, everybody progresses at a different rate," he shared. While Kuminga got his payday and his coach is thrilled, it'll be more interesting to see what role he plays come opening night. Steve Kerr shares why this was right timing for Steph, Seth Curry to be teammates. The Curry brothers will be NBA teammates in the 2025-26 season for the first time in their careers. Seth, the younger Curry brother, signed a one-year deal with the Warriors to join his older brother Steph in Golden State. It's an exciting moment for their families, but the question arose after Curry's signing: what took so long for the brothers to be teammates? The elder Curry brother has spent his entire NBA career with the Warriors, so it was just a waiting game to see when the team would sign his younger brother. According to coach Steve Kerr, this is the perfect timing for the brothers to finally team up. The Warriors have space and availability for Seth to compete on the squad and actually earn good money and play quality minutes. I think it's awesome, Kerr said on Wednesday. I think the timing feels right on this. I don't know if the timing was right over recent years. We probably didn't have playing time for him. He was in a place where he was going to teams and playing a lot, and making money. And it just feels like they're both at a point in their careers where this makes a ton of sense. I'm thrilled to have Seth and to see the two brothers side by side today at our meeting. It was pretty awesome. It'll be so fun to see the Curry brothers join each other on the court as teammates this upcoming season, especially as Steph gets older. Who knows how many seasons he has left in him, so it's great he gets to team up with his brother for at least one season. Warriors could deal young forward next season following new deal. The Golden State Warriors may find a way to move off of Jonathan Kuminga next season. In other words, Golden State will spend at least the next 3+ months with a player who seemingly doesn't want to be there and doesn't appear to be wanted there. This will be a distraction, even if all parties involved do their best to prevent that, Buckley said. Kuminga signed the $48.5 million deal that Golden State offered, until the 2026-27 season. Nevertheless, the reported climate says that the 4-year veteran is unhappy with the Warriors, making way for a deal to be stamped. Kuminga can leave Warriors as big winner from deal. Kuminga turned down the $7.9 million qualifying offer that allowed him the flexibility to see unrestricted free agency next summer. The 2-year deal allowed him to make a large sum of money while nullifying the third year, as was the case with the final $75.2 million offer that was presented to him. Should Kuminga get traded by the Warriors, he can see a massive amount of the $22.5 million salary that he'll make with Golden State before earning more with the new team that inherits his services. DeAnthony Melton's brutally honest take on Warriors trade. The Golden State Warriors brought in a group of free agents over the past few days, following the agreement with Jonathan Kuminga on a 2-year, $48.5 million contract. While Al Horford is a new face to the Warriors fan base, DeAnthony Melton is a slightly familiar face from his prior stint. After 2 seasons with the Philadelphia 76ers, Melton signed a 1-year, $12.8 million deal with the Warriors in the 2024 offseason using the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. An underrated combo guard who can defend at a high level and score when needed, Golden State thought he was their answer at the 2 guard. Melton appeared to be that, averaging 10.3 points in his first 6 games of the season. However, a torn ACL against the Dallas Mavericks in November 2024 would rule him out for the rest of the season. Having an expiring contract and $12.8 million of empty salary on the books, Golden State traded him, alongside 3 second-round picks, to the Brooklyn Nets for Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder wouldn't last long in Golden State, playing 24 underwhelming games before being traded to the Detroit Pistons in a 5-team deal that returned the Warriors' Jimmy Butler. Even though Melton was traded away by Golden State last year, the 8th-year guard was brutally honest when asked about the move. DeAnthony Melton honest thoughts on 2024 Nets trade. Business is business, Melton said Wednesday. I mean, I probably would have traded myself too, especially given the way the season was at the time. They needed someone, especially with my contract, that could come in and play and help the team. So I felt no type of way. Most players aren't happy to be traded, especially when they don't request a trade. However, Melton's situation was unique, and ended up working out for both sides. Melton never suited up for the Nets, and his trade to Brooklyn ended up helping the Warriors add Butler to the roster. Now, Golden State's roster is in a better place than how he left it, and he'll get a chance to compete for that starting shooting guard spot yet again, or at the very least serve an important role in the team's rotation. Melton is on a 2-year, minimum contract with Golden State, and if he looks like how he did during those 6 games last year and his prior seasons with Philadelphia and Memphis, he should set himself up well for a solid payday come the 2027 offseason.